All right, hello and welcome. This is our intermediate level Fit Essentials class. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through this session. If you are wearing your Bloodflow bands, we have them on without air. We're going to add air after our warm-up series. And then if you have access to one of these short TheraBands, we're going to wear those here in the first part of our warm-up. So have that ready. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and come to standing. We're going to do some standing cat-cow, and then we'll get moving in that first warm-up series. So here we go. Come on up. All right, so get prepped for that standing cat-cow. Go ahead and set your feet just underneath those hips, toes pointing forward. Draw your abdomen in, and now hands on the thighs. Drive the hips back. Come on down to a kneeling posture, bowing forward posture here as you breathe in. You're gonna lift up between those shoulder blades, tuck your head down and in. And then as you breathe out, draw those shoulders back and down, gentle arch as you look up and forward. And then just pair it to your breath. Deep breath in. Little pause at the top, rounding, and then a nice gentle exhalation. Good, 3 more times. Nice straight arms, breathing up, tucking under, breathing out. Twice more. Let's breathe in some love, some gratitude. Good, and exhale any stress, worry, concern. Awesome, last one, breathing in. And out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, drive the legs. Come on up to standing. And next, we're just going to give a nice circle through those hips. 5 to 10 times each direction. Loosen it all up. Very good. And when you're ready, you'll start to circle that other way. Awesome. All right, friends. So we're going to start standing. We're going to be doing our lateral walk. If you have that short band, let's go ahead and put it around your legs now. We're going to bring it to just above those knees. We're going to be doing a lateral walk with 2 to 3 squats at each end of your area. And then we're going to come on down. We're going to be on our forearms first for a plank. We'll have an option of some marching. And then we're going to roll onto our back for some midline activation. Go ahead and just keep this band on for that whole series. And we're going to do it twice through. So when you're ready, start by standing tall, draw your abdomen in, and you're going to come down. If you ever played like some basketball, just imagine you're like in a defensive stance, stepping lateral. Here we go. When you're ready, stepping it out. When you come to the end of your space, as mentioned, just start to warm up that squat, nice and easy. Drawing those hips back 2 to 3 times and coming back up. Excellent. Midline strong, and then we'll take it the other way. You can even start to move those arms open as you step out. Breathing in as you squat down, keeping your full foot planted, midline nice and engaged. Excellent. Then we'll take it back right about halfway. Breathe and move. No need to push here, just getting the body nice and warm. Fantastic. And then try to start to head back to where you started. So you have similar steps on each side. Then once you finish your squats of this last series, we'll start to head down to the floor. We're going to be starting our forearm plank here in about 12 seconds. We're going to have 45 minutes to work on it. So if you're a little bit slow in getting there, no worries. Palms down. Again, on the forearms, place your feet right about hip width apart. And then when you're ready, holding strong, 45 seconds here. Squeeze the lower body. Pulling the thighs up out of the knees. And then if you want to add an extra challenge, we can march with the arms, which I'm going to imagine I've got a friend directly in front of me, and I'm trying to reach out and give them a high five. So I extend that arm straight out, firing those glutes to try to hold my hips as level as possible. And then the real key here is watching the hips to not let them sinking down. You don't want to overarch your spine. 10 seconds left. We're going to roll onto our back next. And 3, 2, 1, and come on down. Roll it over. Let's start with a gentle rocking your knees into your chest. Just loosen up that body side to side. Fantastic. And now we're going to be practicing that hollow body position. So I'm going to start with my knees bent, feet flat on the ground. I'm going to actually bring my arms at my side. So palms up, hands to the side on this first set. I'm gonna pull my spine towards the ground as I kind of feel my belly push out. And I'm gonna lift that head off the ground. If you wanna also lift the feet, you can. If you want a bigger challenge, you can bring the arms up to overhead. The key here is no space between your low back and the floor. Anytime you need a rest, you can just take your head back down, legs down, take a break. Otherwise, you've got less than 10 seconds here. It's a little bit counterintuitive where you're drawing your stomach in to push that low back flat, but you should feel like your abdomen's pushing out. And take a rest. Good job. That's the end of set one. We're going to roll it over, kind of do a modified down dog to make your way back up. And then we're going to go through that series once more. We'll start in 30 seconds. So take your time getting ready for those squats again. Gently inviting your heart towards your thighs. You can give a little pedal of those heels. Beautiful. And then we'll start to inchworm our way up, feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet, making your way back up to standing. Just under 10 seconds till we start that second set. So toes forward, eyes up, coming down to that defensive stance. And here we go. Round two, maybe moving just a little faster this round. Make that judgment based upon how your body's feeling. Those of us here live had Thanksgiving holiday here yesterday. Sometimes you might be a little bit more stiff. Good. Breathing in as you sit back, breathing out as you stand tall, and then right back into those lateral steps. Nice work, crew. There you go, good. Open through those shoulders, smile as you move, 20 seconds left, give or take. Beautiful. Goal is to kind of get back to where you started. When you finish, we'll make it back down to those forearms. Very good. Welcome, maybe we've got the bands on without air. Getting ready to go into our forearm plank next. Awesome, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. Coming on down, forearms down, palms towards the floor as well. Feet just a little wider than those hips. And 45 seconds starts now. So remember, we had the option to march the arms, reaching one arm straight out. Keep your chin drawn in, looking towards the ground. Squeeze that lower body. If you got anything else going on, you can just kind of hold that regular plank. The march is that anyone that wants that extra challenge here today. Fantastic. Squeeze and reach. 15 seconds left. Hips nice and level. Fantastic. 3, 2, 1, and return to your back. Awesome. If you want to slide the elastic band off the thighs, we don't really need it for this hollow body. Let's set that to the side. And then once again, as you lie back, either arms to the sides. If you have a hard time keeping that low back pushing the ground, keep the arms at your sides. If you feel confident with that position, take the arms to overhead. And 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, just think about you're trying to take your body and make a shape of like a rowboat. So your lower body is engaged. If you want an extra challenge, we can start to extend one leg out. A little gentle bicycle. Fantastic. 30 seconds left. Once again, if you're like, oh, I'm starting to lose that position of my lower back, just rest everything down for a moment and then breathe in and come back into position. We have 20 seconds left. Chin in. You're also working those muscles in the front of your neck here. So sometimes that will be the first area to tire. It depends upon our body. Keep breathing. And 3, 2, 1, and all done there. All right, just hang out here for a second with me. If you want to readjust those shoulders, you can lift that torso up, draw those shoulders under the body. Let's take our arms, splay them out like at 90 degrees, hands to the side, and then we're going to go into our 2-knee twist next. Legs up and together. Take both legs to one side as you look over that other shoulder. And when you're ready, breathing in Switching sides, turn the head and neck, look the other way. Do it nice and smooth, switching legs, switching sides. Look to get about 2 touches with that twist on either direction. And then when you finish that, you can bring the arms back down. We're just going to go between 3 and 5 glute bridges. So with the knees bent, just nice and slow here. Use it to really wake up the back of those hips and start to lengthen the front of the hips. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you engage, trying to squeeze deeper and deeper into the muscle tissues. Awesome. If you have a long travel or Thanksgiving holiday, or if you've just been sitting in general, this is a fantastic exercise, both to lengthen the front of the hips that get tight when we're sitting, and to activate those muscles in the back of the body that seem to want to get a little dormant when we stay still. All right, once you finish those 3 to 5 glute bridges, we'll roll it over one more time, back into down dog, and then we're going to make our way to standing. And we'll get ready to add some air. Wide hand print, hips up. I like to call that like down dog pulse, just gently pulsing my heart towards the thighs, get a nice opening through that mid back. Draw your chin in towards your chest, looking between your thighs as you push back. And then let's give some love for those calf muscles. Lowering one heel down and then the other. Fantastic. Even out both calves. And then we'll give a nice slow inchworm, crawling it up. And then just take your time coming out of that forward fold posture. One segment at a time, sliding on up. Lowering those. Fantastic. All right, friends. Before you grab your pumps to add your air, we're going to stretch the quads out. So working a little bit of balance here, standing tall, grabbing that one foot, and go 30 seconds on each side. Sometimes we want to sway back here. So ribs down. If you feel strong and anchored through that support leg, you can bow forward, add a little extra challenge to it. Just watch. Typically, we'll rotate towards the side that you're holding the foot. So think about keeping that hip down, just under 10 seconds. Awesome. Great balance, crew. Keep driving that back thigh up, Sharon. There it is. And coming on up. Notice which leg you're holding on to, because in between sides, we're going to do our inner thigh opener. Anchor those feet nice and wide. Arms reach out. Coming into that gentle side lunge. Keeping the knee pushing wide. Breathing in as you come to standing. Breathing out as you lunge towards that second side. Looking to lengthen those inner thighs. Awesome. Standing tall. Reaching out. Really good position, everyone. And last time, balance that second side. Find that spot straight ahead to focus on. Lovely. Inch the feet back in, and then we get that quad stretch on that second leg. Standing tall, anchor down through that support foot. And 30 seconds starts now. There you go. Establish the stretch. Establish your balance. And then if you want to take it into that forward reach, notice as my chest bows forward, I'm driving that back thigh up. You want to try to keep it as parallel as possible to your torso. Awesome. Good. And 3, 2, 1, coming on up. Lovely. All right, those of you that have the Bloodflow bands, let's go ahead and add some air. Those of you that don't, you can stretch your side body, get some rotational movement in, grab a drink of water, and we'll be right back with our movements. All right, so we use these Bloodflow bands to slow down the return of blood to the heart. When we're doing lighter weight exercises, it gives our body that stimulus as if we're doing heavier weights and higher intensity exercise, which has a whole bunch of hormones that get released into our body. Help keep us strong, keep us healthy. All right, we're going to be working for 60 seconds on these next exercises. And so we're going to use round 1 of 3 to kind of talk us all through it. Our first exercise is going to be our alternating dumbbell thrusters. So you'll either make a fist and pretend you're holding some weights, or you have a nice light weight to hold up at the shoulders. So give people a little bit more time. We're going to get started here in just over 20 seconds. As mentioned, it's going to be a full minute of work, so pace yourself through each round. And our thruster is the version with that full squat into that overhead reach. So set the feet about hip width apart, eyes up and forward. Either make a fist, bring your hands to your shoulders, or hold those light weights. And when you're ready, you're going to breathe in, send those hips back. As we stand tall, just one arm reaches to overhead. And then as we lower back down, now the opposite arm. It's going to be an alternating dumbbell thruster. Breathing in, sitting back, breathing out, extend all the way up. Good. Move at a pace that you can either maintain from round to round, or I'm moving a little bit slower than I probably will in round 2 and 3. Awesome. That's 30 seconds in. Strong foundation through your legs. So full foot in contact with the floor. Sometimes you'll notice those big toes, and the toes want to lift up as you squat back. So push that big toe down as you sit into your heels. Lovely. Focal point straight ahead. 10 seconds left. Good. Breathing in, breathing out, and 3, 2, 1, transition. Excellent. Shake it out for a second. I'm going to use those same weights. Our next exercise is going to be a bent over. First 30 seconds, it's going to be a tricep extension, extending those arms straight back. Then we're going to stand up, take a little pause, and then we're going to bend back down and turn it into a bent over row. Okay? So those are going to be the 2 movements with a short break in between. Toes pointing forward, draw that stomach in, and 3, 2, 1, extensions first. So I pull those elbows up, and I'm going to maintain that position with that upper arms against the sides of my body. And then we're just bending and extending at the elbows. Lovely. Breathing in as you curl those weights in towards your shoulders. Breathing out as you extend straight back. Good. Once you know that movement, looking straight down and in. Welcome, Moose. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe one more time here. Awesome. Take a short break. Stand up tall. I'm going to use those same weights. Coming back into position. And now we're going to row. So when you're ready, coming up and in. Reaching straight forward. And then rowing those elbows nice and high. Good. Sharon, lift that chest a bit more. Yep, chest a little bit taller. Better. Nice, Amy. Good. There you go, Sharon. Excellent job. Solid, Kathy. Halfway through here. So we're firing those glutes, really holding strong for that midline. Squeeze those shoulders down out of those ears and try to imagine those shoulder blades pulling in towards your spine. Good, and rest. Stand it up. Set the weights down for just a second. All righty, next we're gonna work some lunging with the option of the bicep curl. Now, if those of you live, if you did the recommended recording recently, you did it like yesterday, it had lunges in it. So you may just want to hold the stance and curl. If those of you that didn't do the lunge, we're going to be doing a stationary lunge, 30 seconds per side. So go ahead and come into position with me and Moose. We're going to start with your left leg forward, making sure that front shin is nice and vertical. And then when you're ready, as you lower that back knee down, you're going to curl in. And then standing tall, you'll extend. So once again, if you did lunges recently, just stand tall and do the curl. Otherwise, front shin vertical. Good. Beautiful. Breathing in as you lower that back knee down. Also a reason to avoid the lunge. If you have anything going on with that front knee that it doesn't feel comfortable as you lower down, then just hold the top of that lunge. Last one. And switching sides. Standing tall. Make sure you have that good long base of support, shoulders back and down. And 2, 1, here we go. Curl and extend. Good, I breathe out as I'm going to breathe in as I lower down. Breathe out as I drive through that front heel and stand. Perfect, really nice. Good. Yep, solid position. Kathy, Sharon, just make sure that knee is not starting to shoot forward. Maybe drive back a little bit to that front heel. That looks better. Nice, and 2, 1, and pausing there. Set the weights down. First 30 seconds, we're gonna work our cross crawl. Second 30 seconds, we'll get a little bit more dynamic with it. So standing tall, we're gonna do our opposite, knee to elbow. When you're ready, breathing out. Drive that knee nice and high. Try to make contact with that elbow to the opposite knee or coming as close as you can. Watch so you don't start to get that shrug up. So think broad chest. Good, nice solid exhalation as you pull the knee up and across. Fantastic. Halfway through, second 30 seconds, working some blood flow. So step jacks. If you want to do a jump jacks here, that works too. Good, 15 seconds left. You can even do like a little bounce in place, kind of pump the arms to the side, or get that full circle. Touching those index fingers in front of your navel and up to overhead. Lovely. Breathe, 10 seconds left. There we go, 3, 2, 1, and 30-second break. Excellent, let's grab a drink. Bring back to those dumbbell thrusters in about 20 seconds. Good work, friends. Good work, Moose. All right, just under 10 seconds. If you're gonna use your weights, go ahead and grab them. Feet about hip width apart. 2, 1, and go. Breathing in. Remember, it's one arm at a time. Alternating arms. Breathe in, breathe out. Awesome. Eyes up and forward. We have a full minute here. So pace yourself as needed. You can even bring the weight down from overhead. Pause the shoulder. This is where that heart rate gets high. Halfway through, doing great. Anything going on with that lower body, you can also simply focus on the upper body. And then just the opposite of that. Anything's going on with the upper body, you can give focus to just the squatting portion. 15 seconds. I guess my computer did not plug in because I've got a low battery. I don't know if we have an extension cord around. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's over there on the wall. And 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Good job. Second station. It's going to be that bent over tricep extension. And then we'll stand it up and come back over for our bent over row. Toes now pointing forward, abdomen drawn in, and tricep extensions first. 2, 1, here we go. So come into that row, and now we extend the elbows. I like to turn my palms up towards the ceiling as I extend those elbows back. Breathing out as you extend, breathing in as you curl. Lovely. Turn that gaze straight down towards your mat. Breathing in, breathing out, nice and steady. Good. We're almost ready for that break. Beautiful. That's the 30 seconds. Stand up for just a moment. And now breathing in, long spine, and we're in to that dumbbell row. So now I extend my arms, reaching straight down for the ground, and pull those elbows up and back. Squeeze them into the sides. Breathing in as you reach down, breathing out, draw them up. Fantastic. 10 seconds. Woo. There you go. 3, 2, 1, and everybody stand up. Awesome. Lunges next. Starting with your left foot forward, right foot back. Remember, it's going to be that stationary lunge. So shoulders back and down, 2, 1. Here we go. So we can work on just the curl or curl with the lunge. There we go. Awesome. Good. Those of you working just the curl, make sure you fully extend those elbows. Same with the lunge as well. Open the elbows and then palms towards the shoulders. Awesome. Breathing through it. Find that focal point straight ahead. Last one. And switching legs. Eyes up, into position. And here's our 30 seconds on this side. Good. Nice, Amy. Those of you coming all the way down, you just want to lightly kiss that knee to the ground and then coming back up. Halfway on this side. Woo. Starting to feel those biceps firing up. Thighs are talking. 2, 1. Get ready for the blood flow. Set the hands down. You either do what we did the first time, or I'm going to switch it up and start to go behind the back now. Reaching for that opposite heel. Good. Either grab the heel with your fingertips, or you can just tap the heel with your fingertips. I'm going the tapping option right now. Feel that hamstring activated as you bend that knee and reach the other side. Awesome job. And now we're going to go march and punch. Bringing it in front of the body. You want to add a little hop to your punch, you can, or to your skip rather. Legs are nice and neutral. Arms are punching across the body. Beautiful. Nice strong exhalation with that punch. There we go, good. 10 seconds left now. Moving well. 3, 2, 1, and got a 30-second break. Awesome job. Walk it out, grab a drink. We're back for our third and final round of this series. All right. Thrusters first. 10 seconds till we begin. Set the feet, eyes up and forward. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. So either keep it steady, or if you're ready for that higher intensity today, you had good rest, your body's feeling strong, you're not feeling super inflamed or anything like that, then feel free to push that tempo. Even think about pulling yourself down into that squat and then drive through those legs. Squeeze the glutes, fully extend. Awesome, keeping those eyes up. If we look down, we tend to start to bow the chest down. Halfway. Focus for the breathing to sound the same, the movement pattern to look the same. Fantastic. Final 15 seconds, friends. Keep that depth in your squat. Good, maybe one more on each arm. 2, 1, and resting there. Awesome job. You want to shake out the hands for a second? Got our tricep kickbacks first. Reset the feet. Make sure that midline's really strong. Sending those hips back. And 3, 2, 1. Elbows high. Keeping that upper arm against the torso. And the first portion is just bending, extending at those elbows. Lovely, good. So that's a nice position, Sharon. Eyes towards the ground, so that chin's in just a little bit more. Nice. Breathing in as you bend, breathing out as you extend. Lighten up those triceps. Good, there's our halfway, stand it up. Give your body a break from that bent over position. And then when you're ready, bowing down once again. And now we finish with that bent over row. At least for this exercise. We have 2 to go after this. So I'm extending those arms straight down and in. I'm reaching for my feet. And then you really get the benefit by thinking about opening your chest, like broaden through your collarbones. You pull those elbows high to the ceiling. Squeeze them in at the top, reach it down one more time, and pausing there. Woo! All right, we're getting close. Last set of lunges and or the bicep curl by itself. Left foot forward, making sure your feet stay hip width apart, anchor through that front heel, and when you're ready. We'll go 30 seconds on each side, about a 10-second break to reset. Lovely. Curl, extend. Still have that focal point up and forward. Maybe one more time. And get ready to switch. Set that front foot down. Keeping those feet hip width apart. Shoulders back. And 30 seconds on the second side. So as you do in a lunge, you want to think about that back knee coming straight down towards the floor. Avoiding that front knee shooting forward. Awesome. 10 seconds. One or two more reps. And set those weights down out of the way. Standing tall. Got our cross crawl first. I'm going to go back to in front of the body. Nice high knee drive. I want you to think more knee up towards the elbow than like bending down to reach the knee to the elbow. You know what I mean. Try to draw those arms behind you as you lower the foot down. And that strong exhalation going. One more on each side. Fantastic. And then let's turn it into a little rebounding hop here. Up and down. If you're comfortable to go side to side, kind of pump those arms again. Beautiful. 15 seconds left, friends. Woo! You want to open up those shoulders, turn it into our celebration hop. Raise them up. Awesome, good. Little smile. Woo! 3, 2, 1, and all done with that one. Fantastic. Walk it out. Let's grab a drink. Well done. All right. We're just going to do a couple more exercises. One more with the bands with the air in, and then we're going to take the air out. So when you're ready, come on down to the floor. We're going to put to use two movements that we used in the warm-up with that hollow body, and then we're going to be rolling over into that plank. So what it's going to look like, we'll start together here in 15 seconds. But you're going to start on your back, either with bent knees or straight legs. I'm going to work with bent knees. You're going to roll to one side, come up and establish that forearm plank. Then you'll roll it back into that hollow body, low back pushes to the floor, and then take it to the other side. So when you're ready for 1 minute together, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Establish that hollow body first, roll it over, coming into that plank, roll it back, and then take it the other way. Squeeze those glutes, strong position into that plank, and then midline engages, pushing that low back into the floor as you take it back. Awesome. Try to just be playful, rolling it over. Sometimes easier said than done. We're over halfway. Squeeze those glutes. Fantastic. 15 seconds left. Good stuff. Positions matter. Strong plank, strong hollow body. Last one. And take a pause. Woo. All right, those of you with the bands, we're at our 20-minute mark. So you can either take them off or let the air out. We're gonna do, next exercise is gonna be on our stomach. Just a little bit more work for the posterior aspect of your body, some good postural positions for that upper back, and some good mobility through the shoulders. We're gonna do our snow angels, lying on your belly. So once you get those bands off, you're gonna come face down, legs somewhat together with the soles of the feet up towards the sky. You're gonna begin with the arms at the side, lying flat. And then when you're ready, you're gonna lift up, draw those shoulder blades down your spine, looking towards your mat, and then you can move through those shoulders. As you pass your shoulders with your arms, I'm gonna rotate my palms up when they're on the bottom part, and then as I come up to overhead, I'm gonna rotate my palms down towards the mat. Breathe and squeeze here. So I'm squeezing my glutes. If at any point that low back starts to get sensitive, pause. You need to take it back into a child stretch. You're welcome to it. Otherwise, keep trying to extend from the top of your head, the tips of your toes. Just gently circle through those arms. Lovely. So that position, especially when you go palms up, drawing those shoulders down, that's a wonderful exercise to straighten that mid-back, help avoid that hunchback posture that we tend to associate with age, but really we see it in younger populations now as well. So it's never too soon. Start to strengthen that mid-back. Good job, friends. Almost there. Breathing in, breathing out, and take a pause. Beautiful. Let's come up on all fours and do a few cat-cows next. Nice wide handprint. Breathing in as you round, chin to the chest. Breathing out as you gently arch, looking up and forward. Good. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out. Take it through one more of that cat-cow. And then now we're going to lie back on the stomach, and we're going to do a few press-ups. So you're going to keep the hands underneath those shoulders as if you were going to do some push-ups, but now you're going to keep your thighs and your hips on the ground, and we're simply going to extend that upper body, fire those glutes, lengthen, and then bringing it back down. Once again, trying to lengthen through the spine, not jamming into the spine. If your body says, this is not the movement for me today, then take it back into a child stretch instead. One or two more. Beautiful. Good. Breathe everybody together in child's. Toes together, knees divide. Rock it on back. Bowing that head down. So we're going to leave the rolling plank out of this last series, and we're simply going to work on that snow angel position. And then we'll finish with our cool down stretch. So when you're ready, you're going to come on back down. If you are someone that you're like, that does not feel good to my body, you can also choose like a down dog posture during this minute. Otherwise, palms up at the side, really squeeze those shoulders back and down. And then here's our final minute before that cool down stretch. So lengthening from the top of the head, the bottom of the toes. Gently circle through those arms, getting that movement through the shoulders. And then emphasizing this back position, palms up. I'm really drawing those shoulders back and down. And then squeeze those glutes. The more you can fire those glutes, the more protection you give to your lower spine. Try to have a nice long neck position, drawing that chin in, looking down towards your mat. Beautiful. 10 seconds. Really feel those muscles in the mid-back, drawing those shoulders back, squeezing those shoulder blades in towards the spine. And last time, squeeze and release. Beautiful. Come back up. We're going to do a modification of a child stretch, but we're also going to open up those inner thighs at the same time. It's going to be our leg rock. So starting on hands and knees, let's mirror each other. Good. We're going to keep that left leg out and then gently rock the hip back towards your heel, bowing the head down, Lengthen that inner thigh, breathing in as you rock it forward, breathing out, taking it on back. You can hold that extended position with the hips back for a couple of breaths. Try to keep the sole of your foot gripping down towards the surface. One or two more. Very good. In between sides, let's take it into down dog. Go ahead and bring that leg that's outstretched in. You position those hands, hips nice and high, and then opening here. Forward and back. Get about 2 to 3 of those down dog pulses, pulsing your heart towards your thighs, and then give your attention to those calves. Lowering one heel down, and then the other. Fantastic. Make sure your hands are spread through the fingers. Kind of focus on pushing through the heel of your hand. Take any load off the wrist. Stellar work. Coming back down to all fours. And now we'll get that inner thigh opener on your right leg. So your right leg extends out. Make sure you're not on the side of the foot, but grip the whole sole of your foot down. And then when you're ready, gently rock it back. Bow the head down. Taking it forward. On this one, I feel it both in my inner thigh, and I've also got a nice stretch in that lateral shin area. In through the nose. Out through the nose if you can, or out through the mouth, whichever feels best for your body. But there is good benefit of trying to focus on that nasal breathing. Fantastic. Once you feel satisfied that you've lengthened well through that inner thigh, we're going to come onto our back to finish. We're going to be working our figure 4 stretch. But first, slide flat. Position your shoulders. I like to make sure I have a nice broad chest when I lie flat on the back, so you can just roll over, tuck that shoulder blade underneath you. Fantastic. And let's, before we jump into that figure 4, walk the feet outside the hips, and then we'll just gently work those windshield wipers. Bring those arms back to that scarecrow position. 90 degrees with the elbows about the height of the shoulders. And now I'm letting my feet come onto the side. So I'm coming off the sole of my foot, just getting some gentle external and internal rotation through the hips. Lovely. Good. Let's start by extending the left leg. Oh, well, not just for a moment. We're going to bring the right foot to the left thigh. And now we're going to reach between the leg and the outer leg, tugging the thigh in. Take the foot of your right and draw the toes and that foot back towards the right knee, tugging the leg in. Take about 3 breaths here. Make sure you open up through that outer right hip. And then when you're ready, you can add some flossing for that sciatic nerve on the left. You're going to extend the knee straight up as you draw the toes toward your face. Point the foot towards the ceiling or sky. Draw it back towards you. And then keep those toes drawn towards you as you bend that knee down and in. Beautiful. Extend it up. Point towards the sky. Draw it back. Awesome. Final time. Solid. Go ahead and release that side, and then we'll balance it out on that opposite. Left foot crosses over the right thigh. And then once again, just focus on that figure 4 initially, hugging the leg in, drawing the foot and toes of that left back towards the left knee. Inviting that outer left hip to open. You can even kind of use that elbow of your left. Kind of, you see if you can push your thigh away. And then when you're ready, adding that sciatic nerve floss, sending your foot towards the ceiling with the toes drawn towards you. Point the foot, draw it back towards you, and hold it in that position as you bend your knee down and in. Down and up. And just depending on any tension in your body, sometimes you won't feel a whole lot here. If you're someone that does feel a lot, this would probably be a great movement, great stretch and mobility piece to do on a regular basis. Especially if you sit a lot or drive a lot, that sciatic nerve can get compressed between the muscles and loses the ability to glide and slide, which then leads to that whole host of problems. Down and into the legs. Beautiful. When you finish there, go ahead and release. And then happy baby before we lie all flat on the ground. Elbows on the inner thighs, grabbing the shins, grabbing the soles of your feet if you can reach. And then just play pretend here. What would it be like to be that innocent little baby in a nice, safe home? Maybe you get to be outside on your blanket in the grass, watching the clouds go by. Just try to really embody what that peace and wonder and innocence would feel like as an adult here in this body. Great time to let out a little audible sigh. Fantastic. And then when you feel complete with your happy baby, we'll bring the legs back down. Fully extend as you bring the arms up to overhead. Now just imagine you've got your friend here pulling your wrist to overhead, extending through those legs. Breathing deep a few times. Now when you're ready, go ahead and bring the hands down to your side. I invite you to bring one hand onto the area of your heart, one hand onto the area of your abdomen, and just settle into your mat. Take that moment to give your body grace. Acknowledge yourself for showing up here today. And just stay present to the miraculous being that your body is, the miraculous human being that you are. And I thank you for showing up and moving with me today. Wishing you lots of peace and love as you move throughout the rest of your day. We'll be back here on Monday. Take care.